Brent MacGrath joins me now. Brent, you won so many awards tonight, I don't really know where you're going to put them all. Apparently a new trophy case is being built as we speak. I've interviewed you before, and it's hard to ask you questions that nobody has asked you before. I believe I asked you to tell me something about the beach that nobody knew, and you told me he was a suck. Do you still stand by that?
Oh yeah, no question. And he's extremely smart, and they're learning that now at Hanover Shoe Farms. That he's an extremely smart horse, and he is a suck. And I think I told you that people would be surprised to know that he wore 4 steel shoes. And I actually did change that. I went to aluminums for his last start at the Meadowlands.
You know, what was that, just for something different? You were getting tired of, the usual?
Getting tired of listening to Carl Jamieson tell me that I should have aluminum shoes on them, I guess was the biggest thing. No, I didn't. Typically they do help a horse at high speed. He was at the highest of speed, and I didn't really want to end his career without trying them. I'm not an aluminum guy myself, but anyway, he did have a gait that aluminums certainly should have helped, and they did. They brought him down a little bit, and I think he would have went for keg shoes myself. No shoes. I don't think it really would have mattered all that much.
Tell me about his transition to Hanover Shoe Farms. How's he doing?
Good. He, like all the signs, all the tests that they do on him and the collections that they've done on him so far are extremely encouraging. He's definitely going to be able to breed the 160 mares that they're allowed to breed this year, set out by the USTA. His semen has frozen and thawed out really well, so we will be able to ship his semen to down under. We were planning on shipping him down under, but that's not the plan now, where his semen has shown that he will thaw out good and and still be valuable down there.
He himself, what would his routine now be like? Does he get turnout every day? He gets to play, do his thing?
Yeah, he's outdoors. He's outside, actually 5 o'clock in the morning until about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Most of the stallions at Hanover are out 24/7. He just doesn't have quite enough hair on him this year. I had kept him rugged up pretty good, but next year he'll spend all of his time outside.
For all the little guys in this business, watching you and the path that you had with this sensational horse, what was this ride? How much fun was it?
It was an unbelievable ride, and it really seemed to be going in slow motion. He acted like a horse that you would train. We've all had young horses that we were really high on, training down, and we looked forward to every Saturday when we'd get to train them again, and most of them got down to 210 or 220 or 15 or wherever it was, and then they started to stumble a little bit. He was just like that, only he never hit that stumbling block. Like, he just kept going, and that's why it was so easy to talk about him to do the interviews. I was very confident that he was going to come back next week as good as we were talking about him today. When the interview was being done, it was usually after a race. And I was convinced that next week you'd even see a little better horse, because that's just the way that he was, and he was very comfortable. I never trained him very tough. I never raced him very tough, and I always thought that we could get him a little better if we trained him tougher, and we did. I trained him tougher in Lexington, and he stepped up.
I just want to say on behalf of everyone in the media, we appreciate how you let this horse become the people's horse. We appreciate the ambassador that you were to the sport. Well done.
Thank you very much. It was a pleasure.
Brent MacGrath, some beach somewhere, a horse to be remembered for forever.